Hey, you two.
Okay.
This is Empress Jack Rabbit.
Tory Boo 151.
It has been a minute since we've done a table talk,
Yeah.
and this is Table Talk 24, I think. It is Tuesday, January 26, 2016. We've been working and playing with Table Talk, and we decided to come up with um, making it more focused. We usually focus on a variety of celebrity and local type of news, but we decided that we would make it so that we focus on one event or one conversation at a time and work through that. If you like what we do, subscribe
Comment.
and thumbs up us.
So we're here today. We're here to talk about the Oscars and the controversy on that. Do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, well, as you know, the Oscars, at least for the last 2 years, have failed to recognize uh, blacks, African Americans in any categories, or especially any major categories. And this year, some people seem to say enough is enough. There was Spike Lee who sent a letter to the Academy. Spike Lee did not say that he was boycotting, but he just kindly declined to come and attend the ceremony based on those lack of diversity issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe it was last weekend or whatever that Jada Pinkett created a tape and sent it out, speaking on the same thing and suggesting that we boycott the the Oscars
Right.
because the lack of black representation. And now you've got people that's jumping on that bandwagon to boycott, and some that are saying there was a white lady, a British actress, that's saying that blacks are being racist to whites. I wish people would get this understanding. Blacks cannot be racist. A racist is a person who holds power and authority and some type of control, and they have the ability to dole it out who they want to. Racism is when you decide not to give it to this group, this cultural group of people, based on whatever factors you might have, the color of their skin, they have an accent, um, whatever. So blacks are not empowered to be racist, nor Asians, nor are Hispanics. And people who call blacks racist, whether we say it to one another or whites saying it to blacks, are people who are clearly Miss History class
Absolutely.
and are ignorant and haven't bothered to look in a dictionary. And please dismiss their ignorance because you heard it here from the teacher.
Yes.
Um, so we want to look at it from some different points of view. Let's start off with Stacey Dash,
Yeah.
which seems like an odd person to even bring up. But go ahead.
But Stacey Dash is under fire because she wants to boycott the whole thing of black award shows. She wants no BET awards, no BET in general, boycotting the black people in the Oscars. She is not here for it at all, and she is under tremendous fire because we're seeing this. We're just like, really, Stacey?
And not only
Really?
that, she doesn't even think that we should have a Black History Month. First,
Right.
let me just get this straight. We didn't have a Black History Month. We had eventually over time we had a Black History Week, okay, and it evolved into a Black History Month, shortest month of the year,
Right.
February, but we still had that. As an educator, I'm telling you that we need that. First and foremost, kids learn at school, but they're educated at home. So it
Yep.
is up to parents to talk about Black history and the great things that blacks have brought to this world in general. Um, but also in the school systems, school teachers are made up of majority middle class white women, and so they're not teaching Black history. It might be Black History Month, but for them it's another month
Yep.
of February, and they concerned about is Valentine's Day party about, and that's about it. I'm not saying everybody white doesn't have any concern, but the majority, they have that privilege. As Jane Elliott, the educator and researcher has said that they have this privilege that says I'm free to not give a fuck about Black history,
Mhm.
and they proceed to live that way, and they feel free to say, yeah, I'm ignorant about that, and I don't need to change that.
Right.
But it is on us that has to change that. It's us as the parents have to go in school and make that happen. Stacey Dash is somebody I wouldn't put two concerns into what she's saying.
None.
Here's a thought that is hungry for a check. So she's willing to sell her soul. And it's many people like that to
Yes.
say anything and then have a little bit or no knowledge. She bashing BET, saying that we shouldn't have a BET channel then for Black awards, except for we've had Justin Bieber, Britney Spears,
Right.
Macklemore, and many more, Iggy Azalea, nominated for things. Sofia Vergara, Eva
Eminem.
Longoria, Eminem, nominated for either music or acting on those channels, on those honors or those awards. So I'm not sure what she was talking about. Not to mention the fact she was on BET the game.
Right.
So I'm not sure she want to get that check back because she owe it to them.
Right. And single ladies.
But she was speaking out on it, and once again, she was bashing it. How do we feel about the Oscars?
Honestly, as common people, just everyday common people, we do not watch the Oscars. And it's not about, oh, I'm not here for it, nothing like that. It's just the fact of we have other things going on in our lives that we're not going to dedicate a time to watch the Oscars. We have other things going on.
Right. Because first and foremost, the movies that are out there, majority of them, I wouldn't pay 10 cents to go see. Really, I would not. To me, you're gonna have to engage me right away with a good comedy, a good storyline. Otherwise,
Right.
I'm not here for it. Out here in Vegas, if you go to the movies in the evening, that's $13. I'm not spending $13 for every one of us. We have four adults in the house. It's just not going to happen. That's over $60 plus, well, 52 dollars plus
Right.
snacks, sodas. You don't go to the movies dry.
No.
So I'm not going to spend $100 at the movie theater
Yeah.
and then be disappointed about something that's out there. So if I'm not going to the movies, I'm not going to go and watch the Oscars. I'm not concerned about what they wear. I know that it'll be on somebody's website or
Yeah.
TMZ or something the next day or two, and I'll have to suffer through that or not pay attention to it. Um, I'm not there to see who wins. It's hours and hours of dryness. They give an award to from everybody who cook something to carry the bag to made the film, and then they got to do everybody the posthumously awards of people who passed away.
Right.
And I just have other things to do. I can't tie my night up for 5 or 6 hours to focus on one thing. I'm not that type of person. I like to keep it moving. I like to stay
Right.
busy, and I take care of my family, and that's first and foremost. So sitting up and watching that has it's nothing to do with me. I feel like Ice Cube. Ice Cube was on a Graham Norton show, and he said that they asked him how he feel about the Oscar boycott, and he said it didn't really matter. Why you gonna boycott? He said, why was he gonna boycott something he don't go to anyways?
Right.
And I'm the same way. Why would I protest that I'm not invited to the party when I wasn't going to the party no way? Do what you want to do. That's on you. Um, Now, if we're talking about looking at the racism that's in Hollywood, which seems to be one of the last areas that we've been able to shine a spotlight on as far as racist behavior,
Right.
let's take it back from the Oscars. Something had to happen before an Oscar came, right? They had to be trying
Yeah.
to make a movie.
Exactly. They had to. It's something underlying that's going on that we do not know about that has got people in an uproar, and we don't know why. Uh, just like we said, we don't watch the Oscars, so we wouldn't even have a clue to begin as to why everybody is upset.
Well, yeah, we do. Because if you back it up from the Oscars, there had to be a movie made, right?
Yes.
And somebody got to pay for a movie, right? And those producers who are paying for a movie, they're white, Jewish, males. And I've heard on many videos and TV shows that, um, and when those Sony emails leaked, that they didn't want to put the money into black movies, whether it's here or overseas, because they felt nobody was going to watch them, weren't going to be generated. And now you've got these young white girls, actresses coming out speaking on how they don't have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it must be true because they say that. And what do we hear about it afterwards? Do we hear change? Do we hear protest? Nothing. It seems to be a place to me that if you do one thing that's out of line, if you speak one truth of yours, you are blackballed.
Absolutely. And it goes back to African Americans, and then it goes back to the white women. And as we were saying, that when it comes to white actresses, females, um, they have this certain thing. They have to stay sexy. They have to stay hot in the moment. They're going to be put out there as a sex symbol, and they have to keep that up. And if you're at an age above 25, now your chances decrease for parts in movies and leading roles. So they have to keep that up, and they have to remember, I got to keep my mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say nothing. I can't protest on this. I have to keep doing what I have to
And
do.
here's the thing about it. If you do your homework, it's very easy to find out, do your homework. The people who spend the money on going to see movies or go shopping and buy brand new sneaks and all that kind of stuff, those are black people.
Yes.
That we are the biggest consumer of all those consumable goods, meaning you saw that movie once, you have no use for it again, or once you wear those tennis shoes and they get old, you're done with it. That's consumable. That's us that do that.
Yep.
So if we paying the money to see these shows, the boycott should start at the movie.
Yeah.
If you can't get to me any black movies with a majority black staff working on the behind the scenes getting that movie together, a black director, some black artists in that, I'm not paying to see the movie.
No.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't complain about the movies and boycotting, and then you're not doing the work that it takes to get the right people in.
Exactly.
Jada and Will Smith have a production company that they make movies out of.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't do is have all black movies and all black people working behind the scenes.
Right.
So to me, even though Sister Jada, I love you, you trying to make your point or whatever, I think you've fallen prey to the game too. You knew automatically that if you loaded up your own production company with people of color, that was going to be a production company, wasn't going to make movies. Right. And you knew that. And so your husband makes this movie, and are you pissed off because it didn't get an award? Your husband didn't get an award? Because I feel like if you were more than that, then you'd been mad all along, and you've been hiring all black crew and all black actors who are out there starving, looking for a bite. Not because you pissed off one night and you dropped a video on everybody.
Right.
So I can't support you, girl. You're not true to what's happening every single solitary day. Y'all don't have to make another movie again.
No.
But if you do, think about that post that you put out there about black people and act on that.
Absolutely. And then I feel too as well as to why we getting so offended over the Oscars when the majority of black people that are nominated or win an Oscar are for roles that are stigmas. Thugs, the gangsters, the hoes, the pimps. That's the roles that we're getting nominated for, winning an Oscar for. Nothing great like a leader or a teacher or anything like that. But we're all the stigmas we're getting awards for.
Right. If we play that stereotype role to achieve, we get an award. And then let me just lastly throw this in. Who really cares about the Oscars when you got people in Flint, Michigan, and we know Michigan, that's where we've been living for the last 2 years, is old, it's poor, it's raggedy, it's broke down, the pipes are corroded on the inside, the streets are flooded. It's a mess back there. Not just in this area, all around. Deserted houses. The monies can't get channeled to the right communities. So we more worried about the Oscars than making sure that Michigan cleans up its act. In Flint for sure, because right now they've got our attention with the corrosion in the pipes and the water coming out where it's so full of lead. It's ridiculous. But it's like that all over in Michigan.
Right.
Instead of making it a moment thing, let's make it a long term. Because when the water bottle is gone and the news is stopped, then who's going to care?
Right.
But at least I care about speaking up on something like that that can make a real difference in people's lives than the Oscars.
Right.
Mm-mm. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm sorry.
I'm not either. I'm really not, and I'm in total agreement with you because we've lived there for 2 years, and the state itself is just ragged. It's ragged,
It's ragged. It's
so,
racist.
very much so, and they need some help. We know, and even when our water wasn't contaminated, it still was semi cloudy coming out of the pipes. You had to run it
Hmm.
a little bit to get it right. Um, it's tons of litter and garbage and abandoned houses. They get no love, and we're sitting up here wondering and getting angry because of the Oscars.
So for me, you know me, I don't give two fucks about no Oscars. I'm not watching it. I'm not
Nope.
here for it. I think dismiss Stacey Dash because she's full of mess. I'm gonna put a pardon on Jada. I don't know if you're mad about the situation in general or your husband, but you are part of the problem. Why do I say that? Because you have the capability of doing things to fix it, and you're not. So that
Right.
makes you a part of the problem. And my focus is going to be on areas that need real help, on real issues every day that can't even care about the Oscars because they don't have the electricity or the heat or
Right.
whatever in their homes and on the fresh drinking water. We need that in this society. So I really don't care.
Yeah. Well, that is it for Table Talk today. If you like this, please comment, thumbs up, and
And subscribe.
subscribe.
And I don't know why. I think it's the lighting. I look so dark under my eyes. I have not been beaten up. Actually, I put a little face on today, and you can't even hardly tell. It's the lighting, though. We're sitting in this dark spot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we will have to change next time. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys, so
Thank
much, and
you.
see you next time.
Bye.